Good morning, students. Coming to the lesson 1.5 Joan of Arc, written by George Bernard Shaw. Introduction. This is a play written by George Bernard Shaw, a well known dramatist. It is about a young 17-year-old girl, Joan, from France, who played a very important role in the 100 Years of War between England and France. Joan is strong and full of courage. She set out free Orleans from the enemy with just a few soldiers. This was an impossible task. Only a miracle could save the situation. Joan believed that God would help her and her soldiers to save Orleans. Coming to the lesson, page number 29, George Bernard Shaw, 1856 to 1915, was an Irish playwright and critic. He wrote more than 60 plays during his lifetime, including major works such as Man and Superman in 1902, Pygmalion in 1912, and Saint John in 1920. He was the leading dramatist of his time. He was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature in 1925. Reading from the bracket, the war fought between England and France from 1337 to 1453 has come to be known as the Hundred Years' War. Joan was a peasant girl born in eastern France who led the French army to several victories during this war. This play begins at a time when all the northern France and some parts of the southwest were under foreign control. The English controlled some parts and Burgundians controlled the others. The city of the New Orleans, one of the few remaining French cities, was held by English. The year is 1429. Captain Robert de Baudricourt, a military officer, is seated at the table. His steward stands facing him. Now coming to the conversation. Robert, I told you to throw the girl out. You have 50 armed soldiers and dozens of strong servants to carry out my orders. Are they afraid of her? Steward, no, sir, we are afraid of you, but she puts courage in us. She really doesn't seem to be afraid of anything. Perhaps you could frighten her, sir. Robert grimly, perhaps. Where is she now? Steward, down in the courtyard, sir. Robert goes to the window and asks the soldiers to send the girl up. The girl enters. She is a well built, strong country girl of 17 to 18 years. The squire's glare neither frightens her nor stops her. She speaks confidently. Joan, good morning, Captain Squire. You are to give me a horse and armor and some soldiers and send me to the Dauphin. Coming to page number 30. Robert, the girl is mad. Why didn't you tell me so? You blockhead? Blockhead means stupid. Steward, sir, do not anger her. Give her what she wants. Robert, I shall send you back to your father with orders to put you under lock and key. Joan, you think you will, Squire, but it won't happen that way. You said you will not see me, but here I am. Robert, so you are assuming that I will give you what you want. Assuming means taking for granted. June. Yes, Squire, continues busily. A horse will cost 16 francs. It is a big amount of money, but I can save it on the armor. I don't need beautiful armor made to my pleasure. Sorry, Major. I can find a soldier's armor that will fit me well enough. I shall not want many soldiers. The Dauphin will give me all I need to free Orleans. Here, Dauphin means the oldest son of the king of France, the one who would become king after his father. Robert, shocked, to free Orleans. Joan, simply yes, Squire. 3 months will be enough for you to send with me. Polly and Jack have promised to come with me. Robert, you mean Monsieur, means Mr. De Polinki? John, yes, Squire Jack will come willingly. He is a very good, kind gentleman and gives me money to give the poor. I think John Godsev will come and Dick the archer and their servants, John of Honeycourt and Julian. There'll be no trouble for you, Squire. I have arranged it all. You have only to give order. Robert to the steward. Is this true about Monsieur de Polinki? Steward, eagerly. Yes, sir. And what about Mr. D. Metz too? They both want to go with her. Robert goes to the window and shouts into the courtyard. Send Mr. De Polinki to me. Will you? He turns to John. Get out and wait in the yard. John smiling brightly at him. Right, Squire. She goes out. Now, Robert to the steward. Go with her. Stay within a call and keep your eye on her. I shall have her up here again. The steward retreats hastily. Retreat means move away hurriedly. Bertrand de Poligny, a French guard enters, salutes and stands waiting. Robert. She says you, Jack and Dick have offered to go with her? What for? Do you take her crazy idea of going to the Dauphin? Seriously? Poligny slowly. There is something about her. It may be worth trying. Robert. Oh, come on, Polly. You must be out of your mind. Polingi. Unmoved. What is wrong with it? The Dauphin is in Chinon, like a rat in a corner, except that he won't fight. The English will take Orleans. He will not be able to stop them. Chinon. Chinon is one of the cities in France where royal family resided. During the 100 Years of War, the Dauphin took refuge in Chinon. Robert, you beat the English the year before last Montargis. I was with him, Poligny, but his men are cowed, that is frightened, and now he can't miracles, and now he can't work miracles. And I tell you that nothing can save our sight now but a miracle. Robert, miracles are alright, Polly. The only difficulty about them is that they don't happen nowadays. Polangi, I used to think so. I'm not sure now. There is something about her. I think the girl herself is a bit of miracle. Anyhow, this is our last chance. Let's see what she can do. Robert, wavering. You really think that? Polangi turning. Is there anything else left for us to think? Let's take a chance. Her words have put fire into me. Means have inspired or motivated. Robert giving up. Phew, you're as mad as she is. This is part one, students. Next time we will see part B. Thank you.